You're probably wondering what on earth I'm doing here at the beach in Katwijk in this super cold weather. Well, I haven't gone mad, it's not New Year, and I'm certainly not about to strip off and dive in there for a swim. No, I'm in Katwijk because this is one of the few places in Holland where they actually have a radio show specifically aimed at expats. They've invited me along today to find out more. I'm Paul Brown, this is West International. Financial planning is a subject that people often mean to get around to. This is especially true for expats who have to overcome additional hurdles such as language barriers and confusing choices when addressing important issues whilst away from their home country. In recognition of this, our service item this week is all about banking. Cecilia is in Delft, where she's going to surprise Catherine by the Water. Now, Catherine has been very active in the international community, whether it be with expat panels or women's groups, you name it. Catherine is certainly somebody who deserves a visit from our Cecilia. And of course, we have our expats in the Vox Pops and the going out tips in the agenda. But first, let's see what Nicola's been up to.
Today, I'm in Nootdorp and I'm visiting Rachel Hylarides. Rachel is English and moved here with her family in February 2008. Now today, Rachel has invited me for tea. And as you may or may not know, tea in England is not just about boring cups of tea. It involves cakes. So come along with me and let's see what Rachel's got in store. Rachel, I am so excited. What is on the menu today?
Chocolate brownies.
Great, I love chocolate brownies. I hear you're a bit of a whiz at making cakes, am I right?
I am. I also make carrot cake, banana cake, coffee cake, plum and oat cake, lemon cake, all kinds of cake.
Well, you all look very slim considering all the cakes.
Well, that's because they're sold.
Oh, right, you don't eat all these cakes yourself.
No, I am. I bake them for a shop in The Hague.
We go into the kitchen and have a go?
Yeah, let's do it.
Excellent. So, Rachel, what difficulties did you and your family face when you first arrived in Holland?
Just the whole practicality of it. We had a house full of boxes we had to unpack. We had to also live here during that time. We had to find a school for Harry. Peter was still working, so 4 days into living here, he went off to New York or somewhere. So I was here on my own, complete foreign country, foreign language, didn't know anybody. Just getting used to the area, getting used to everything really.
And how did the children adapt?
Well, George is so young he doesn't know any different. He was 1 when we moved here. Harry at 5 had started school, so for him that was quite a thing. He had to get new friends, he had to get a new school, he had to speak Dutch. So yeah, there were some tears from him along the way, but he loves coming home from lunch from school. So for him, that's a really great thing about Dutch schools, is you come home. And also, here, you don't really learn anything till group 3. So whereas in England he was writing and reading and quite serious stuff, here he gets to do Play-Doh and make fun stuff. So it's actually a bit nicer. They stay younger for longer here, which is quite a nice thing.
What, in your opinion, then, are the main differences between the, let's say, the British culture and the Dutch culture?
The English will take quite a way to say the same thing. They'll kind of pussyfoot around things. They won't always say it because it might offend, whereas the Dutch will just say it. And things like the Dutch might say, if they thought I should get a new bowl, they'll say you must get a new bowl. And they actually mean you could get a new bowl. And once you've learnt that they say must and they mean could, you're sort of okay. Because you don't go away thinking, oh, I must say, well, I don't want to. And you can feel a bit, well, they're telling me what to do. And I'm very independent and outspoken, so I don't take well to be told what to do. So once I figured out they didn't really mean you must, they meant you could, I was sort of okay.
How did you adapt to your new environment, to your new life here in Holland?
I think just we were very open about how it could be. We just took it in our stride a little bit and just got on with it, really. See it as an adventure. You know, it's not a sort of like, oh, in Holland, isn't that awful? No, in Holland, great, let's just get on with it, meet people, enjoy it, make the most of it. I love our new house. You know, we cycle to school, we cycle everywhere. I love all that.
What do you really miss from home, from England?
English pubs.
English pubs?
Yeah, because here, if you've had a busy day and you just on the way home from somewhere, there's nowhere just to pop into where within 10-15 minutes your food is on the table, you can eat relatively cheap for maybe £5-6. It comes with vegetables, it's not always croquette and chips. You can really go, pop in, have a meal, be out again. There's nothing like that here. You either have to go to a restaurant where the kids are bored out of their minds, and it takes, you know, half an hour to get your meal, or you go to a cafe and have chips. So an English pub, we need that. Pub. Yes.
Oh, they look amazing.
There's one.
Quite proud of myself. I've actually been successful in making something.
You should be.
Under your guidance, of course. Oh, Rachel, I've been looking forward to this moment. Yeah. This has to be the best part of baking cakes.
When you bite in, it should be slight bite and then go.
Let's have a go. Oh, that is delicious. Rachel, thank you so much. I really learnt something today. I learnt how to make your delicious brownies.
You're welcome.
So if you'd like to have a go at making brownies, please go to our website where you'll find the recipe posted. And all that remains to say for now from Nootdorp is see you next week. Bye. Delicious.
The first impression wasn't too bad. It's a nice country. I like the closeness to the sea and I like the beaches.
I actually like Schiphol, the airport thing. That's quite nice. It's got all the activities that you need and it's well laid out. I was quite impressed.
I thought it was a very clean, well-organized country.
I felt very small and very lonely and it was very new, very different.
You can see it from the air because you see even the farmlands are perfect squares or rectangles.
I think I was surprised by the weather. I didn't expect it to be so irregular.
And I came during a Christmas period, so it was just before Sinterklaas. So I saw an awful lot of strange people throwing, I thought, with stones at people.
It's also not very modest. They don't show off, which I like.
Pensions, investments, savings, mortgages, even simple things like bank transfers are all matters we deal with every day. But when you live in a foreign country, it requires a different approach to these issues. And of course, it can be quite stressful if you don't know how or where to begin. There are a wide choice of banks in the Netherlands that have recognised the needs and requirements of their international customers. So, how are these banks going the extra mile to cater for expats?
When it comes to serving expats, people need to have what I call hospitality genes. That's a strong client focus. Next to that, an important factor is that people have a sense of cultural awareness. So it is important to have employees in the team serving expats who have different backgrounds, like working, living or studying abroad is a good condition. And in general, people should have affinity with serving people with different cultural backgrounds.
Addressing cultural differences is one thing. However, it is equally important that the facilities offered are in line with the high level of service often expected by expatriate customers. So, do these banks cater for the always open culture of the 21st century?
As an international city, you should also provide international focused banking services. That means that people should have the opportunity to reach the bank during office hours, but also on a 24/7 basis, which is provided through call centers, via the internet and via internet banking. That really connects to the 24/7 lifestyle expats have.
One of the main commercial areas for banks over recent years has been mortgages. The expat market in particular is attractive as this tends to involve larger and more expensive properties and therefore bigger loans. Not everyone, however, that comes to the Netherlands is staying here long term. This raises the question of how to deal with your housing if you're staying temporarily.
Residing only temporary here in the Netherlands means you need different financial solutions. One of the questions that comes up quite soon when an expat arrives is the question whether to rent or buy property. And that's a question you can pose to a financial specialist.
So, it seems that many banks in the Netherlands aim to provide an all-inclusive level of service, not only with a wide range of products, but also multi-language possibilities. Any more tips?
If I would have one tip, banking is about trust and understanding. So look for a bank with international experience, a bank which delivers made-to-measure solutions for expats, and a bank where you find the right personal click. People with a sense of cultural awareness and people who make you feel at home and give the right solutions and answers.
Not really, okay, they're very direct, which is not bad.
The outstanding Dutch cuisine.
It's bureaucratic. There's a process for everything. The way they say bye, doei, I think that's quite strange.
They're not always as welcoming sometimes as you would hope someone would be as you come to a new country. They're tough to get to know, but once you do get to know them, they're good friends for life.
I think my driving is rather more assertive, shall we say, if not aggressive than it was before, but I think if you don't drive like the Dutch drive, then you don't get around here very well.
Coffee at any time, basically.
Well, I mean, I ride my bicycle as much as I possibly can, but I did that at home as well. So I guess mainly Dutch habits is a little bit more tolerance, I think, for my new environment.
My co-presenter, Cecilia is a very busy lady. When she's not visiting someone who's leaving the country, she's off to surprise somebody else. And seeing as we've just started the program, we're still looking for participants. So, do you or someone you know want to do a wedding proposal on camera? Perhaps offer someone a free bungee jump, or surprise a friend or colleague in an unusual way. Whatever your ideas, let us know. Contact us via the website www.westinternational.nl.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Are you Catherine?
Yes, I'm Catherine.
Hi, I'm Cecilia from West International.
Yes.
May we come in? We have a surprise for you.
Oh my god. You do it? No?
So Catherine, I see that you're pregnant. When are you due?
I'm due 29th of January, so pretty soon.
And where are you originally from?
I'm French, and I've been living in Germany for 10 years. And then when I met my husband, I moved here 10 years ago to the Netherlands.
I've heard that you're very involved in the community and expat communities. Can you tell me more about the programs that you're involved in?
I've been doing several things. So from integration of international students to emancipation of women and international women also. But I'm also involved in the Red Cross in the department of Delft. And I'm a board member responsible for verkleuring and verjonging and international activities, which means have more diversity also in the volunteers and involve more different ethnic groups and more women. And in The Hague, I've been also involved in an expert panel. And the goal of it was to check what are the needs of the expats. And of course, the point is to make The Hague a very attractive city for expats.
So someone told me that you and Jaap are very loving and caring and very helpful people, and that you're very involved in the community, and they wanted to give a small thanks and surprise. And these are some theater tickets to a French play, Andromach, in The Hague, but it will come in after the baby is due. So we'll also provide a nanny for you and Jaap to have a nice relaxing evening in the theater. Do you know who this little birdie might be, who this someone could be who gave you these tickets?
I have no idea. I was thinking first my husband was the first suspect, and now I really don't know. No.
Does a friend Lucie ring a bell?
Yes, it does. Yes.
Well, she was the one who wanted to give you the surprise and wanted to thank you and Jaap for being such great community people and friends.
I am surprised. Yeah. Lucie, I have to call you.
I hope you'll enjoy.
I will.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
And if you want to surprise someone in the future, contact us on the website. Bye.
I think what I'd take with me are the bulbs. I love the flowers here in the Netherlands.
My bicycle.
The cheese, the directness, telling what you feel, believe in, and not being afraid of, doing so.
But I normally take back some tulips and some chocolates for friends. Those are two really exceptional things that you can get here and take back with you.
You know that thing they put on bread, the chocolate thing? It's not really butter, but it's like, yeah, that's nice. I'll bring that. We want to stay. We don't want to go back.
I think I'll take a lot of friends with me, because in this environment you make a lot of close friendships and you tend to take those with you when you go. So I think those are the three things.
So we're here at RTV Catlight. Now this is the studio where they record the expat radio show. Now I have to admit I'm a little late, but the man's got to eat. So I'm going to go in there and find out about the people and the idea behind the concept. It's also my first live radio interview, so very exciting. And while I'm here, I'm also going to present one or two of the items, which is something I've always wanted to do. So let's see how we get on.
Hello?
Hi there, it's Paul Brown here from West International.
Hi, you're late.
I know.
Somebody's here. They have arrived at TV West. Paul Brown, how are you?
JP, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Despite being a little late, everybody was very friendly and pleased to see me. Just in the nick of time, I settled in for the start of the show.
The idea started a long time ago. The show's been on air now for 10 years, and it wasn't originally designed as an expat show. It was just a possibility to have an English language show. And why Katwijk? There's lots of expats here. We've got Estec, the space agency nearby, Noordwijk's not far away, and it's just a great location to be able to reach people who aren't living in The Hague but still want to hear something in English.
That was my opportunity to get in a plug for West International and promote our brand new TV show within the expat community in the Katwijk region.
No, it's certainly not a one-off show. It's on every single week. At the moment, we're starting off with at least 20 episodes, but off the record, I suppose the idea is just to keep it rolling and rolling. So hopefully everybody watches it. It's a big success. And I'll be doing this when I'm 90 years old.
Sounds like a good plan. I tell you,
I'm not 89, by the way.
But of course, we're not only here to talk about our show, we're here to find out more about their show. So, what kind of topics do they cover?
Current topics, local topics, news, Eurovision items, entertainment, theatre. We do space items because Estec's close by. We also cover news about local news where something may have happened with the Dutch government and our expat listeners may not have picked it up because it was in Dutch. Right. So we do try to cover those things because we think it's important.
Sounds like we have a lot of things in common, apart from their slightly odd fascination with the Eurovision Song Contest.
Our weekly Eurovision quiz. I forgot completely about that. Let's do it right now. Get the artist, the song, and the year,
okay,
and the country they represented.
Is this all Eurovision?
It's all Eurovision.
Oh no! All right. I know this one.
We're able to reach a big audience now because our show is promoted on Eurovision websites. So we're having an expat audience here, but a huge international audience. And I think it changes the focus. We're not talking about just expat people, we're talking about international people.
And that is certainly also the issue with West International. Although the primary target audience is expats, our aim is that the programme is also interesting for other members of the international community. Even the Dutch will hopefully appreciate an objective look at life in the Netherlands from a foreigner's point of view.
So it's about internationally minded people. You know, I almost shy away from using the word expat because it sort of compartmentalises who it's for.
Yeah. Half an hour of radio experience.
Yes, sir.
What do you prefer, radio or television?
Television, it's. I mean, all of it's a challenge in a sense. Radio is. It's about the voice, and this is a very cosy atmosphere, actually. I'm enjoying being sandwiched between your two ladies here. So
amazing.
So I'll pick radio.
I'm such a liar. Seriously, though, I had a great time, and I think it's really admirable what these people are doing to reach out to others in the community.
We try to be as neutral as we can. We try not, certainly, we don't have a political agenda. And we try to be entertaining and interesting and to keep our sense of humour, I suppose.
Absolutely.
And that's important.
Always important.
Yes.
So if you can't laugh, then what can you do?
Exactly.
And fun we had. But of course, I made sure to drop plenty of heavy hints about presenting something myself on air. Perhaps the weather.
Shall we give him a chance to do that also on the radio?
Oh, for sure.
I'd love to be honest with you. That's one of the things I was looking forward to most today.
So let's do the weather next, and then we're going to do the temperatures.
Okay. And now, the weather forecast.
You are my sunshine. You wouldn't know how many cassettes we've got full of bloopers. And we are a live programme. We've had dead air on air. We've also had minutes where, because JB has been laughing so much, we've had to have an extra long song. Times when we've had a telephone interview and we haven't managed to connect because they've been somewhere far away and it just hasn't worked. So, I mean, with a live show, things always happen.
Well, great. So much for my confidence. Anyway, let's see how it works out for my first live presentation on radio.
-1.
In sunny Cyprus, we have 17 degrees. Dublin, 2 degrees. Florence, 6. Frankfurt, a chilly -4, and Helsinki, -11.
Fantastico, there you go. That's a look at the temperatures, and he did it so well. So let's give him an applause, shall we?
How did I do?
You're great, you're a natural.
Really?
Yes, you can talk for England.
So, I mean, if they get rid of me after 2 or 3 episodes, there's a future for me in radio?
For sure.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I've done radio now, live radio with no experience. your turn to do a little bit of TV with the similar lack of experience. Okay, so off you go, into that camera, introduce the cultural agenda.
Well, here's something for all you at home. If you don't know what to do over the next few days and weeks, just stay tuned in and watch this space.
In this ballet program, the Netherlands Dance Theatre invites 3 well-known guest choreographers to work with their dancers. Beside a world premiere from Tero Saarinen, they also bring a recent piece, The Second Person, and the classic Enemy in the Figure back on stage. Gino Vanelli is one of the biggest and most intriguing artists of the 1970s. Vanelli became a sex symbol because of his long dark hair, dramatic shows, and touching and compelling lyrics. Appearing with Marlene Dorsena from Haiti and Talika from Madagascar, this concert by the exceptional singer Mineshu is a musical ode to love. They sing about the bittersweet taste of puppy love, grief at the loss of passion, and the love of life. And their colourful vocals are backed by the warm-blooded music of the band Oblomo. For more information, visit our website, www.westinternational.nl.
Team,
how did I do?
Very good.
Absolutely wonderful. You took to it like a duck to water.
Well, thank you very, very much indeed. And you know what? I really enjoyed myself as well. I think, you know, I should thank you all really for allowing us to come along and see what you're doing for people in this community. I think it's really worthwhile. So,
well,
you know,
it was
well
our
done to you.
pleasure entirely. Yes,
Excellent.
and we want to wish you all the very best with your show. And it's a great idea. And I'm sure it'll be a great success.
Thank you very, very much indeed. Well, we've got one fan here for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
So on that note, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.